Now, on top of that supplement and on top of the O-ring, are there any other systems that you would recommend to actually monitor your height rate variability, HRV monitoring?
Well, okay, I got to be careful how I answer this question. I think you have to be buyer beware. I'm not going to criticize someone's product that's out there, but I absolutely do not recommend most of them. Okay, so let me. Yeah. So what when you measure HRV a lot, what you find is there's a lot of people making wearables that say they have HRV, but the data is not consistent with what I think is necessary. It's not good. It's like getting on a scale and saying, hey, you're somewhere between 5 and 1,000 pounds. It gave you a weight, it weighed you, but can you trust the number? Well, there's a lot of stuff on the market that says they measure HRV, and frankly, I don't think you can trust them. So listen, I trust Aura, and I have no relationship with Aura. I've just spent a lot of time looking at data and looking at this, and I really like that product. So there are other things too. There's good groups out there. There's a group that's called Elite HRV. They have a technology that you can use on your phone.
Yeah.
These are good scientists. I've paid a lot of attention to what they're doing. There's a guy out in the Seattle area. His name's Joel Jameson, and he has a program called Morpheus. Joel gets it. He gets the data. Morpheus is a pretty solid process. So, when you start to look at this is the place I look. You know what? And you know what? You can get a polar heart rate transmitter. You got to get the chest transmitter because it's EKG, and you can use an Elite HRV app that's free, and you can start to learn to measure HRV with a very small investment. I think a polar H10 transmitter is $50 to $80. The app is free on your phone. So this is a good place to start. But figuring out how to work it into your lifestyle is part of the challenge.
Oh, yeah. No, that's part of the journey. I think just guiding a little bit to start, and then you jump down that rabbit hole and you learn more about it. You experience it yourself. You learn what works, what doesn't for you. And that's part of it. As much as I think it's great to ask these questions of the experts like yourself and and gain guidance, you got to experience it for yourself. That's the biggest thing. You can't just listen to one person on Instagram, follow them to a T, and expect success to just come. It's not how it works.
There's so much. This is one of the things I talk about. Evolution only happens with extinction. Okay. So you have to have an extinction event for a set of characteristics to become evolved. We haven't had an extinction event for a long, long time. And so what you get, you get diversity. You don't get evolution. You get diversity. We have a huge amount of diversity in our genetics. This is the reason someone can be vegan and be successful, and someone can be carnivore and be successful. It's not one or the other. It's a giant bell curve. Okay. There's a lot of people in the middle, but you might be on the ends. And this is where N of 1 medicine comes into play. And HRV and these kinds of things are N of 1 medicine. When a drug company creates a drug, it's designed to fit the middle of that bell curve. But you know what? There's a third of the population that are not there. There's a 6 that's on one side, the 6 that's on the other, that it just is not effective at hitting. So you got to figure out where you fit in that process. And that's the N of 1 that you have to have if you want to be, again, when we start looking at longevity, again, a pill does not buy health the same way a loan does not make you rich. And you've got to figure out, how do we get to that point in a manner that's driving cell renewal and cell performance and mitochondrial performance so that we have the energy to live. Absolutely.
Don, where can people learn more about Spermidine Life and the product?
So if you go to spermidinelife.us, that's our website for Spermidine Life. You can also, and so that's where you find all things Spermidine. I think we'll probably have links in the show notes for a discount that people can use if they want to try Spermidine Life. They can use the notes in the show notes to get a little bit of a discount there. If you want to learn about HRV Plus, go to modemethod.com. That's those two places. So spermidinelife.us, SPERMIDINELIFE, spermidinelife.us is the best place to learn about that.
Don, thank you so much for coming on. This has really been enjoyable.
It's my pleasure. I love working. And if people have questions, you can find me on social media. I'm Don Moxley I'm I put most of my science stuff out on Twitter. If you contact me through LinkedIn, you'll get a response there. If you follow me on Instagram, you might see where we're traveling as we move through our third of our life.
No, and good luck with that. I mean, we talked a little bit before the show on that, where you'll be going and you're searching for a new home, or let's say the new home is searching for you. The new area is searching for you.
Our new home find us. That's exactly
an amazing way to do it. So best of luck with that. And thank you again, Don. Really appreciate it.